HHH1987.com.
Crazy, you've been talking about doing this duet for quite some time now. What finally took place in order for this to transpire? And Bizzy, what was your initial reaction when Crazy reached out to you?
So this is something we actually been talking about doing ever since we did a duet song on one of our albums, Eternal, years ago, and all the fans just said, they wanted us to team up and do a whole album together, you know what I'm saying? So we've been kicking it around for years, and just finally, decided to put it together with the help of Steve Lobel, like just getting things in order and just finding a home for it. So this is where we at right now. We here doing it.
And Bizzy, what was your initial reaction?
I couldn't believe he wanted to actually do the record. I thought it was always a shot in the dark for him and I to get together, because we more so a touring band, and we throwing it around here and there as far as how cool it would be, and the fans they've been coming at us for years and years and years since this song that we did on Eternal. I was honored to hear that he was ready to get it cracking. So I was like, yeah, I got the time, I could do whatever. Yeah, I'm with it, because all we're really doing is touring. So I was just more happy, to get it cracking, because I know we dope. Like, I know it's not gonna only just be like some legendary stuff. I know that it's gonna also be like #1 lyrical, once and for all, best MC, who's the best MC type stuff, out there. You know what I mean? And I know him and myself, we love to represent Bone Thugs and Harmony as being some of the best MCs that ever did it in the game. You know what I mean? For Lele, for Wish, for Flesh. So when they write us down in the books, it ain't all gimmicky. You know what I mean? That it's like, yeah, these boys are some of the dopest that ever did it. So all that, I was like, let's go.
Now, the first single you guys teased off the new project is Coming Home featuring Stephen Marley. And we're listening to it at first, it's extremely nostalgic, but at the same time, you bring a lot of new sounds to it. Can you discuss what you guys wanted the new waves to be as far as sound goes?
Yeah, that song right there was already put together, and I just added my plight with Bone Thugs and Harmony in it. If you listen to the record, it's where we're from and where we are. And that's my entire verse, and that's home to me. It's Bone Thugs and Harmony. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
And Crazy.
Well, man, we definitely, the whole approach to it was to just, to experiment with the sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, we come from Bone Thugs and Harmony, but we wanted to see, experiment with, different sounds and, take it to the next level without sacrificing who we are, you know what I'm saying? Without, trying to sound like somebody else or, trying too hard to sound like what's new, you know what I'm saying? We just went in there, we wanted to still do us, and you know what I'm saying? So that's why the production was very important, because it had to match us, you know what I'm saying? And I think we did a very good job at finding the right producers and arranging the songs and doing all that good stuff.
Do you feel like you'll be able to reach newer fans, the newer, the millennials of this generation, with this new project? Because of course, your fans have stuck with you and are familiar with you guys.
It's the second time I've heard that word, millennials. First time I heard it was yesterday with Farnsworth family. They come to our shows. We get new fans every day. And to be able to have them follow us on a journey of a new project is definitely exciting, for one, and just refreshing, because it means we have an everlasting appeal on music listeners. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man, like you said, we have we have young fans now, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think it'll be too hard, because the music, if you listen to it, a lot is what's going on out there today. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was birthed from what we did. You know what I'm saying? So we know how to maneuver the sound, and you know, because we created it. Like, so we know how to reinvent ourselves to make it appealing to the younger generation. Like I said, without sacrificing ourselves and who we are. So.
We know how tight your harmonies were, but what inspired you guys to do that when everybody was rapping pretty hard and pretty rigidly at that time?
We wasn't even trying to create a sound, like purposely. It just organically happened. Like it came from us rapping together and just like being together all the time and just being so in tune with each other when we say our verses. It's just kind of like happened over time, and people had to tell us we had a crazy style before we even realized it. You know what I'm saying? Like before we realized that it was singing, that it sounded like we were singing. So it was something we had to figure out.
Me and Maria actually interviewed Stevie J a little while ago, and I found out that he did the Breakdown record by Mariah Carey
And Notorious Thugs.
What was it like working with Stevie J in those days?
Like, he gave us two like amazing hits, you know, with the Mariah Carey and the Biggie record. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he dope at what he do. Like he like I don't think he get like a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? Like that he deserved, but he definitely one of the dope ones. So, I mean, the guest appearances we got Bun B, we got Yellow Wolf, we got Tank, we got Uncle Murder, we got Jesse Rankins, we got Jonathan Davidson and Korn. Just to name a few. As far as production, we got Scott Storch, DeMizza, and a bunch of up and coming producers. You know what I'm saying? So we really like went in with some heavy hitters on this.
Oh, it's masterful stuff.
Soon I'll be coming home, been around the world like a Rolling Stone, see the whole world wide through my own eyes. Been a long time coming, a million miles, I'm still running, trying to find my way back to my roots where the truth does lay at. And I say that I'm trying to go home, take me somewhere.